for your commitment to service.
Thank you, Ranking Member. Chair recognizes Senator Hassan for her questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair and Ranking Member Portman. Thank you to both of our nominees this morning, and thank you and your families for your willingness to serve. We greatly appreciate it. I want to start with a question to Ms. Young. A few weeks ago, I asked Ms. Tandon to commit to completing the federal program inventory. Having this inventory will improve transparency and help eliminate wasteful spending by allowing policymakers and the public to access information about federal costs and programs. If confirmed, will you also commit to completing the inventory and working with me to eliminate programs that are duplicative, wasteful, or no longer necessary?
You absolutely have my commitment.
Thank you. And now a question to both of you. I just want to discuss federal information technology systems. Information technology supports all federal operations from accessing healthcare to combating terrorism. So we need those who craft policies, as you both would do if confirmed, to recognize how IT shapes program outcomes, drives costs, and delivers the level of service that the American people expect in the 21st century. If confirmed, will you ensure that agencies analyze the impacts that their information technology systems may have on program costs and the ability of the agency to meet program goals? Ms. Young?
Senator, I add another topic, improper payments and fraud. I think data is central to that, and some of the lackluster information technology systems helps ensure that we can't fix that problem. So you certainly have my commitment to working on those issues.
Thank you. And Mr. Miller?
Senator Hassan, thank you for the question. Absolutely commit to working with you on this topic. I think as we step back, it is safe to say that we're not getting adequate ROI today on our IT investments as a federal government. We've made progress, as I understand it, but there's a lot more to do. There's clearly the element around cybersecurity, where modernizing our IT systems would improve our overall cyber posture, and there's investment within the American Rescue Plan to support some of that, but I hope that's an issue that we can work together on to further those goals.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I'm going to follow up a little bit more on the whole issue of legacy IT with you, Ms. Young, and then with you, Mr. Miller. So to Ms. Young, last year the federal government spent $90 billion on IT systems. About one-third of those funds, $29 billion, was spent on maintaining legacy systems. As I discussed with Comptroller General Dodaro earlier this week, legacy systems can create compounding technical debt, leading to increased costs and security vulnerabilities and preventing the federal government from meeting the customer service expectations of the American people. The Office of Management and Budget plays a critical role in eliminating antiquated systems and technical debt and holding agencies accountable for sticking to their modernization plans. And you've both just talked about different ways that our being behind here has impacted our current systems. So to you, Ms. Young, if confirmed, will you commit to modernizing legacy IT systems to improve services for citizens and save taxpayer dollars?
I commit to that. Also, from my current seat on the Appropriations Committee, is going to take resources.
Yeah.
You know, we've dealt with budget caps over the last 10 years, and when your choice is between programs that impact families and IT systems, sometimes IT systems have not won out.
Right. Well, let me get to that, because one of the major challenges here in eliminating legacy systems and replacing them with cost-effective modern systems is the one-year budget and appropriation cycle, which cannot always accommodate the time it takes for agencies to plan and execute system upgrades. So how are you going to work with agencies and congressional appropriators to ensure that the agencies have the flexibility that they need to commit to modernization efforts?
Senator, the group of bipartisan members on the House and Senate side, I think, envisioned the Technology Modernization Fund to help solve some of those problems. So have a centralized place. You may not get everything the first year, but have funding in one place. So GSA, with OMB's assistance, can look across those agencies and do some forward planning, and not just on an annual basis, which I do agree with you is probably not the best way to budget for technology investments.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that answer. I look forward to working with you on it. Mr. Miller, a big driver of costs associated with legacy IT systems is the need for specialized programmers rather than the more generalized IT and security personnel that can adapt systems as they evolve. This issue speaks to the federal government's workforce challenges more broadly, namely that we are failing to hire and retain a highly skilled workforce to meet agency missions. How will you address the critical need to hire and retain a skilled and diverse federal workforce, especially when it comes to federal IT?
Senator Hassan, thank you for that important question. Not only inside the federal government, but also many contractors have to maintain skills solely for the operation of federal IT systems, as you know well. Technical talent, both in IT and other places, is going to be a critical element of how we think about the federal workforce. And one aspect of that needs to be inspiring more Americans to serve. The public service aspect has brought many technologists into the U.S. government through USDS and other places where we can bring people in and rotate them across agencies to tackle these, but it is a bigger issue than just that, and we need to work with CIOs, make sure we have strong CIOs and agencies, and we're addressing the need and being flexible and creative, and I would look forward to the opportunity to work with you on that.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you both for your answers, for your work, and for your willingness to serve. I yield the rest of my time.
Thank you, Senator Hassan.